welcome back to the Let's Be Real podcast. It's your host Kerri.
And it's your host Shakira.
And we just want to say thank you for the support that we're getting.
And the views.
Yeah.
We really appreciate it.
It's just a tiny little audience, but we're very grateful, so thank you.
Yep.
Today's topic is going to be about relationships.
Yeah.
Because
we did say we're going to talk about relationships.
So relationships right now, so we're going to talk about relationships.
And it's crazy because it's a tricky thing when it comes to relationships. Like, relationship it's not just based on just literally being with a boyfriend and girlfriend. It could literally be a family.
Yeah, relationships.
Relatives.
So it's not like relationships in general, like your family, your friends.
Yeah.
Acquaintances, people that you have relationships with day to day.
Yeah. Where can I even start? There's a lot to even say about it. For starters, I realized that a lot of people go in relationships they're not happy in, just because there was someone there. And relationship is not based on that. Relationship is not just satisfying yourself. It's based on literally making that person based on sacrifice. You need to understand that it's not just based on your own satisfaction, but about sacrifice and about giving, not just taking.
Yeah, relationships are hard in general. That's definitely something I've learned over the years. That relationships are not just black and white. It's hard, especially toxic relationships, because everyone's about toxic relationships with the guy, and the guy is just toxic, is doing what he wants, but the girl still stays. And I think it's not knowing your worth and staying in the same place because you feel like there's the other person you don't want to start over, but it's better to start over and actually be with someone that's not good for you.
And another thing, friendships. That's the main thing I would say.
Friendship, like, I don't think people talk about this a lot, but relationships can actually break your heart. I feel like people think, if someone breaks your heart, it's like romantically, but friendships, like, can break your heart, especially when it just, like, ends as well.
I honestly feel like friendship breakups are more worse, because you have so much faith, have so much trust in your friend. But with a boyfriend, you think, okay, I'll just move on. But as a friendship, it's gonna be, I feel like it's more hard to leave, because you cast that person as literally someone that you confide in. You should know everything about you. Another thing as well, I realized that you can always see the signs of a toxic friendship or a toxic relationship. Just any relationship, you always see the signs if anything is toxic and wrong. We just choose to literally ignore the signs and just still stick by that person, because we literally have that person in our life for a long period of time, so we think, it's hard for us to go and leave that person. And I need to tell you that it's okay to leave friendships and relationships in general. It's okay to leave when that relationship is not for you.
Sometimes you don't even have to fight. Like, when you leave a relationship or a friendship, don't try to get back in it, especially if it wasn't good for you. Like, that's definitely something that everyone needs to learn. Like, yes, that person may have grown. Like, not that you guys can't be acquaintances, well, because, like, friendship-wise, like, just a higher vibe. Don't try to, like, rekindle anything because you're so used to and familiar with them. It's actually okay to, like, just go back. So just let them go instead of going back to them. Relationships, I feel like a lot of people do this, but when it comes to relationships, I feel like people give more chances to their partners than their friends. That do their friends. Like, if their friend did something wrong, they're so quick to, I'm gonna cut her off. But when it's a guy that's in a relationship, I can't cut him off or whatever. Like, I have to stay with him. But I feel like, because everyone always says this to me, but it's because the relationship you have with your friend is completely different from the relationship you have with your boyfriend. I think that's so true. That's a lot of people, when it comes to, like, toxic traits in their friends, they're so quick to point out, like, I'm gonna leave that friend. But when it's the guy, it's harder to leave, which is really crazy, because I feel like it's more involved in that area than actually the friendship wise. Like, I feel like in both scenarios, if anyone's treating you like toxic, or you're going for a toxic space with someone that's not treating you right, it's so important just to leave when it's not, when you're not getting the right, like, you're not getting the right energy or the right communication and understanding you need to better yourself. Like, there's no point in just staying someone that you're not needed or wanted, or you don't feel valued as a person.
And so I feel like it's also harder when it comes to, like, your parents. Like, because some people have parents, like, they get hurt by their parents and they think, I can't leave them because they're my parent. I can't let them go. But I'm here to tell you that parents or not, like if it's even your parent or not, you should always remove yourself from toxic situations. You to understand that.
Oh, our food's coming.
Oh.
Our food's coming.
Finally.
Yeah, guys, we ordered. It's like 1:30 in the morning.
And we ordered dessert. Like, what the
dessert.
heck?
Oh my gosh. I was so starving. Oh, go on.
Yeah, you should never feel afraid to leave a toxic situation. No matter if it's your parents. Like, it doesn't matter. Just always leave. I know.
Oh, is the guy there already?
Yeah.
Okay. 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. Sorry about that, guys. I do like a medium break because our food came. Now it's 1:50 in the morning.
Yep.
Oh,
the dessert wasn't even all that.
It was not rated out of 10. 4. Really?
5.
Yeah, mine was.
It wasn't all that.
It was 4. It wasn't that nice. I kind of regret buying it. Oh well.
we taking the L.
Okay. What was he saying about relationships now?
Yeah, I feel like this anyone out there that's going through that's never toxic relationship. I know it's hard, but you can do it, and you should always literally try and leave.
And just obviously you're aware that this person's not treating you right. You're aware of it, so why not make steps to change that? Why not actually be like, okay, this person's not treating me right. Instead of complaining about it, why don't I just change it? Because no one complain about something if you're not going to change it. I'm a big believer in that. If you complain about something, don't complain if you're not going to change it.
And we're not disregarding and saying that it's easy to leave. Cause I know the fact that where it's like abusive relationship, it's hard to leave abusive relationship, but
I'm not talking about relationships, by the way. I'm talking about literally toxic relationships.
Yeah, toxic,
that
but
people will stay in. They're aware that it's toxic, but because they're like the person, they overlook it.
Yeah,
if
but a form
toxic, you have to leave them.
Yeah, but a form of toxic relationship is actually coming abuse.
Yeah.
And manipulation, like it's like any sort of abusive relationship that you don't like, and you feel like it's destroying you. Find a way to leave. That's all I want to say. Find a way to leave. But yeah.
I feel like family relationships as well, like back to what we were saying about family relationships, I feel like family relationships are so hard to navigate because you feel like, oh, because they're my family, I have to stay close to them, I have to keep them in my life. But that may be the case. You might have to want to keep them in your life because you're family. But if that's it, like, try and change how you deal with them. Like, you don't have to be around all the time. If when they're around you and you bring the energy and they bring your energy down, you don't have to be around them. You could be like, okay, I don't want to see myself, I'm just gonna go every way, or just if they're around you, just keep the conversation to a minimum. I don't try to like entertain like a full-blown conversation with them because you know they'll like affect you. Like, try to change the way you're with them so they don't affect you.
Another thing I realised as well, your friend can actually secretly hate you. I'm not saying everyone.
That's true.
I'm not saying obviously every friendship is like that. That's actually friends that actually secretly hate you, but they pretend. I realized that for them to actually show that they hate you, they'll be extra nice to you. They'll literally love bomb you. They'll literally they'll be so affectionate. Yeah, they'll literally show so much affection and literally. Look, in a way, just like trying to please you in any sort of way, and because deep down they secretly hate you. I'm actually not saying this for this to say point, just like to just say it. I actually experienced it. Well, I know someone that's experienced it. Where someone literally secretly hate you, but they pretend to be your friend. So I'm just letting you know that. Be careful who you choose as your friend. Yeah, and it's always like, never ignore the signs, because the signs are there to literally tell you and show you.
Yeah, love bombing.
Yeah.
That love bombing is the biggest thing that I literally hate, because it's not something that you notice straight away. It takes you a while to notice after a while. Like, and then when you see the signs, like, when someone's love bombing you, they will try to like embrace you with so much love to the point you think, okay, that person's phone, they're like out on the website calling you like best friends, or like stuff like that. They're just like love bombing you, basically putting so much love onto you, and just smother you in love. And they will do that, but slowly you start to see signs that person doesn't like you, but they love bomb you, so you can stay close to them. And it's so hard to like witness and like see, because you're like, okay, this person's not really my friend, this person's actually just love bombing me or trying to manipulate me to stay my friend in a way. And it's not good. It's literally the worst thing ever. You want to be around people that are genuine, people that bring the good out of you, people that bring the good parts of you out. You don't be around someone that's discouraging you, putting you down. You gotta know your worth and know that you deserve better than what that person's giving you. And it's okay to be like, okay, this friendship is not valuing me, this friendship is not good for me. Okay, I'm gonna leave myself. I'm gonna get myself out of it. Research yourself enough to know, okay, this friendship and relationship I'm in is not good for me, so it's time to leave. And it's okay to leave friendships and relationships. Like, it's okay to drift apart from your friends. Like, there's no bad blood. Like, just knowing that this friendship has run its course. God is telling me to leave, so I have to go.
Another thing as well, there are literally people out there that are going through difficulty themselves. Mm-hmm. Like, a friend could actually be going through a hard time, and you try to be there for that friend. Like, for example, they could be self-harming, they could be depressed, like all these like signs they could have, and sometimes they project that onto their friend. I'm not saying do it on purpose, but I'm just saying that when someone is hurting, they're more likely going to hurt the person they're close with. So be there for your friend, but also make sure that you're protecting yourself. Literally, because basically for like people that actually have a friend that's going through a difficulty, that's like depressed or going through anything difficult, be there for your friend, but make sure that they be a good friend to you, in a sense that make sure they're not bringing you down or projecting their emotions onto you. Because hurt people at the end of the day. Yeah. There's a lot to say about relationships, really.
I hear what you're saying. I believe that if you're friends with someone that has mental health problems, like they could be suffering from depression, anxiety and stuff like that, it's so important to understand them as well, but also not understand to a point where you drain yourself off being there for yourself and just trying to help them all the time, but try to be there for them and try to understand them. But if it's causing too much of a task and a strain for you to even be there for them, it's the best thing for you to leave them, even if you know it's going to hurt. It's so important to do so, because yes, that person will be going through mental health issues, but there's only so much that you as a human being can bear, and they need time to take care of themselves too. And that means helping them, referring them to like a therapist, or even just talking to them on a day-to-day basis and just asking how they are, or trying to like offer advice, or try to talk to their like parents about it or whatever, or just getting the help they need. But if it's draining you, it's okay to take a step away from it and be like from that friendship for a while, just so they can get better, especially if it's draining you of your own strength and health, you know. And it's not selfish to do. You're just putting your needs first, because if you don't put yourself first, you're going to drain all your energy. You won't even be there to like show up for yourself. So yeah, that's important to make sure that you show up for yourself, especially when you're around friends that sometimes drain the energy, even they're not even intentionally doing it, but it happens because they're going through things. There's a point to take a step back and not involve yourself in their problems.
Another thing as well, it's a bit off topic, but like society, they don't know the meaning of relationships. They believe that relationship is based on only them. Like people see relationship as just a selfish thing, and that's not the case. Relationship is not meant to be all about you. It's about being about the other person you're with. If you're not bringing that person peace, joy, or happiness, that person's not for you. And you don't know the meaning of love. You're supposed to be making that person feel wanted, appreciated, loved, and cared for. Because at the end of the day, that person's supposed to be your husband or your boyfriend or your girlfriend. So if you want to be treated right, make sure you're putting that work in to actually be a good girlfriend or be a good boyfriend or be a good husband or be a good wife. You can't expect and not give out. And if our society forgets that, they think, oh, if a man not doing this, if a man not doing that, I don't want them. Okay, but what are you doing? You don't understand that it's not just about them, it's about you. What are you doing? That's showing that, oh, you actually care about them.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just expect and not give. Love is supposed to be, love is kind, patient, long suffering. Literally, all these things. You can't just literally be quick to leave when there was something. Literally, when they don't do what you want them to do.
Things get tough.
When things get tough as well.
With relationships, people are quick to leave because things are tough. And love is long suffering, so it's always gonna be there's always gonna be something wrong. And you have to choose every single day to love that person. And if you find it hard to do, then you shouldn't be in a relationship. Honestly, because it's not gonna always be fun and rainbows all the time. You're gonna argue with that person. But if you're quick to leave after one argument, then what is it? You know? Especially if you gave your all to them. And yes, things may go in like you guys might have an argument sometimes. It's good to have a conversation instead of being quick to leave. And if it does continue, then by all means you have the right to leave, but don't be quick to leave after like things get tough. No, just because it's not
another thing as well. Don't be quick to make rash decisions when you're bored or when you don't get enough attention. A lot of people are getting married knowing that the person that they're getting married to is the right person for them, but because they want someone there, they got married.
Yeah.
You can't just get married because, oh, you're bored or because you want someone to be there. Because when that marriage, once you get married, you actually have to deal with that marriage. And you're going to literally regret even getting married because you're going to think, I married for the wrong reasons. So make sure, if you're going to make a big decision like marriage, make sure you're actually prepared to actually go through all the things that come with marriage. And you also need to understand that. Make sure you can't just rush into things. Make sure you know the person fully before you get married. You can't just be quick to literally do things. And the day, every choice has a consequence.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, we got to say.
Yeah, I feel like when it comes to like relationships, just be careful with who you're with. Know the person before you get with them. And I always say this, like, you should always know the person that you're with, but also be aware that the person you get with is not going to be the same person that you're with for a long period of time. Because you are growing, he is growing. He might be going for the bad, you might be going for the good. But every person in life is not going to stay the same. Everyone's going to be growing. So you have to recognize, be like, okay, if this person grow, I'm not going to like his growth.
Another thing to understand as well.
I'm not going to like the person that he is.
You also need to understand that you've got to be equally yoked. For those that don't know what equally yoked means, be on the same wavelength, mentally, physically, spiritually, literally. If you can't, for example, if someone is a go-getter, wants to get a job, wants a career, and someone the person you're with doesn't want none of those things, but just wants to literally party and have fun, just those two examples just shows that they're unequally yoked, because one person literally mindset is different from the other person. So you got to be equally yoked with that person you're going to be with, which means like they got to have the same mentality as you. They got to want the same things as you, and they have to literally have a lot. You both have stuff in common, personality wise as well, biblically speaking as well. Like if you're Christian, you want to be someone that actually believes in God and believe your type of God, Jesus Christ. So it's a bit like, cause you can't be. I don't believe that you can be with someone that's Muslim and a Christian, and you're Christian. maybe it worked for some people. I'm not trying to put that off anything, but I feel like it'd be harder because their religion is different from yours. They're gonna be talking about Jesus, and they're gonna be talking about someone what they worship. It's gonna clash because they're gonna think that their religion is right, while you're gonna think your religion is right. Unequally yoked. So you got to be literally on the same mentality and want the same things for any relationship to work. I feel a lot of people, they see the person they're with, and I know that the person is literally nothing like them, don't have the same mentality as them, and literally not as mature as them, yet they still go in that relationship because of a physical attraction. Everything's not based on physical attraction. You can't just be physically attracted to someone and think, oh, I love that person. That is lost. That's not love. True love does not come from just a physical attraction. It comes from literally caring about that person. It's about literally wanting to literally be there for that person. It's like, for example, if someone you love is hurting, you're going to be hurting too. That's what you call love. But if that person is hurting and you don't care, that is not love. And that goes for literally platonic relationships.
Platonic.
Yeah.
What did you say?
Platonic.
Long-tick relationship. So anyone that's in a long-tick relationship, she's talking about you.
You know what I mean? Anyway, that goes for any sort of relationship you're in.
Yeah, long-tick relationships. If you're in a platonic relationship, it's so important to make sure that your friends are valuing you as an individual.
Yeah.
And the same relationships, make sure that person is valuing you as an individual. Don't be unequally yoked with someone that's not in the same wavelength as you and try to change them because it's not going to work.
Oh, yeah.
You cannot change someone. Only God can. Please put that in your head. If someone is on the different path from you, you being with them cannot change them. I don't know who told you that. However, it's a possibility. You might encourage them, but to fully change someone, it's impossible.
Do you understand that the only person that can change that person is them? So if they're in a relationship and that person decided to change for you, it was not because of you, because they had to change. They wanted to change to be with you. So I'm not saying that a person can't change for you, but honestly, personally, I don't want to change anyone. I just want them to come prepared for me. Literally, come prepared, come and knowing what you want. Literally, and yeah.
Someone should come prepared for what they want when they're in a relationship.
Literally, you can't be literally learning how to be in a relationship. We never been in one.
Like, based on my past experiences as well, like majority of the guys I've been with have been toxic. I'll be so honest, most guys I've been with has been toxic. I am so grateful that I'm not with any of those people anymore. I'm a whole new wavelength in my soft girl era, in my Christian girl era. Like, I don't need anyone right now. I feel like the relationship that I'm in right now with myself and God is the best relationship ever. And the one that I want will come to me soon. At the end of the day. And that's all that matters at the end of the day. That I will get, knowing that I will get the relationship that I want, because God is faithful and He will give it to me. But also recognizing that I will not go to someone just because, and just anyone that comes up because I want a relationship when I know that person won't be good for me in the long run. So just remind yourself of why you're waiting in the first place. Why are you waiting for a good person? Because you know that the people that you're picking weren't good for you and they weren't bringing anything to the table. Remind yourself why you wanted to change your ways, why you wanted to get out of a relationship with someone. Don't go back thinking it's going to change. Remind yourself of why you left that person in the first place.
For you to understand that everything you experience is for a reason.
Yeah. And
it's to teach you something. So your past relationship, don't get upset over it. Yeah. Don't get angry. Don't get annoyed at yourself for literally making the wrong decision when it comes to relationships. At the end of the day, they're there to teach you something. So don't be afraid. Don't be scared because of that. Yeah. Another thing you need to understand that love is love, hate cannot last. Love lasts. Literally, love literally cancels out hate. You can't. When you love someone, you can't stay angry at them for a long period of time. You actually can't, because at the end of the day, you're gonna speak to them again. You're the one that wants to speak to them again. So yeah.
That's true.
Should we say more?
Love will always outweigh the hate, and that's another thing I realized, that people secretly want love. They act like they don't, but that's the only thing that can heal someone is love. That's literally it. Whatever you're going through, whatever you're struggling with, the only thing that can heal you is love. The only thing that can heal you is love and God. Nothing else can heal you. So don't. Yeah, I don't think people try to get relationships to heal them. No. You need to heal on your own. You don't need to be in a relationship so they can feel you can heal or feel valued. Feel valued by yourself. You should not be seeking your happiness and keep putting someone else in charge of your happiness. That is so wrong. Happiness is a within job. It's a joy job. It's a within job for yourself and for God. Only God can give you truly happiness. Only yourself can give you true happiness. When you try to seek outside things to give you happiness, it can't fill you, because it was never meant to. You were designed to be valued. You're designed to be full of love. You're not designed to be isolated. That's a lie. I don't know who told you that, but you're not supposed to isolate yourself or nothing like that. A relationship will not heal you. Don't run a relationship trying to heal.
Yes, that's another thing. A lot of people out there, whenever they break up, whenever they end up getting out of a relationship, straight away they're going to literally be with someone else. I would say as well, if that person has so much relationships, it's a red flag. Because I'm going thinking, how come you been with so many people and you literally around my age?
Yeah.
How do you have, like, for example, 20, this is just his number, but 20. Imagine you being in a relationship with 20 people for your whole lifetime. I'm thinking, how? How's that even possible? How you end up being in so much relationships? What went wrong? I'm thinking all those things. So make sure you actually heal before you usually try again to another relationship. Because you're going to bring your own baggage into another relationship, and there's going to be an ongoing cycle, and that will actually make you toxic. Because you usually bring in your baggage from your old relationship into your new relationship, and that's not going to help you.
That is true. Like, everybody needs to understand that when it comes to relationships, they're hard, but you need to find the right one. You can't just get in a relationship with just anyone. You need to find the right person that you want to be with.
If that means waiting for a long period of time, then do it.
Yeah, it's okay to wait. Yes, you may desire one, yes, you may want one, but just because you desire and want one doesn't mean you should just go chasing after it or looking for it. Sometimes you just need to be by yourself, have fun, enjoy your life. That's literally it. You don't need to be around someone. Literally just enjoy who you are and be okay with yourself. When you're okay with yourself and you know that you're content, that's completely fine. That will keep you going. You don't need to want someone. It's okay to not be in a relationship. It's okay to be single.
And if you're over a jealous person, an insecure person, and you're in a relationship, or you want to be in a relationship, you need to work on that. Because you got to be able to actually know, you need to understand that to be in a relationship, those things could push that person you're with away. Because you need to be able to trust that partner that you're with. And you also need to understand that your insecurities are all lies. Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, relationships are difficult and they're hard. But just knowing that you will find the right person is what matters.
Yeah, just wait, have patience, and just work on yourself.
Yeah. Hope everyone is having a good week. Have a good day. Good night. I can't remember. It's 2:15.
We're literally doing this podcast every night. That's literally.
Why is it 2:15? What the hell? I'm so tired. I haven't been that tired though. I've been sleeping really late. It's summer. Just enjoy my summer. But it's actually quite late.
But yeah, I really hope everyone enjoyed this
little podcast.
little EP.
Thank you for the support on the podcast. Like I said before, even though it's just like a small bit of you guys. Make sure to follow our TikTok. Let's be real.
All our socials will be linked down below.
And
yeah. Hope everyone is doing okay mentally and physically. Yeah. And I hope this podcast is able to help any of you. Yeah.
That's been real.
And thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.